What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here with RFB on behalf of Unnecessary Bluntness Sports Talk. This is the RFB pregame show. I am here with my partner. You already know who it is, Key Watson, and we got a special guest in the building. Your boy Gat. What's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? Appreciate y'all having me today.
Wide receiver and Satha Shinobi. We're here for week 2.
So, I mean, we got a big week. We came at y'all last week. Week 1 of Pro 9. It was some great matchups, a lot of surprises, and we're going to recap last week. We're going to give you a preview this week, man. You going to give some predictions this week?
Yeah, man, I got y'all, man. I got all the predictions.
Well, since you were here, man, we'll start with y'all game. We ain't going to go in order because since you decided to have 3 interceptions and 2 return for touchdown or 3 return?
Two return.
So, man, what was going on, man? You don't like catching passes on offense no more, score touchdowns that way, or it's more fun doing it on defense? What's going on, bro?
I really take pride in my defense, man, and the chemistry that we got on defense right now, man, is really clicking. It also helps with the coaching staff we have on the sideline, man. Like, he called a lot of those picks and told me what routes were probably coming, and I just jumped them and got lucky, honestly, man. I was fortunate enough to take 2 on back. You know what I'm saying? I almost took the 3rd one back, but he pulled me at about midfield, so. But I mean, like I said, man, I take pride in my defense. I do take pride in offense too, but you know, my strength is defense.
So it seemed like you were on a mission for Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, preseason you had 3 picks in preseason also. I think you created one of them 2 against us. So man, like, what do you think about Shinobi? We were talking about y'all for week 1. Talking about how many athletes y'all got. I don't think anybody was surprised what y'all did defensively against Headhunters because, you know, the quarterback situation. Right. However, y'all had a little dicey situation with the quarterback and trading Julian and all that. So what do you think about Willie at quarterback? I know he started kind of shaky last week with the pick 6, but he ended up getting it right down the stretch. What you think?
Like you said about the whole, we originally drafted 2 quarterbacks for a reason because we were going, you know what I'm saying, have Willie come out the slot or do something different. So we were trying to bank on a 2 quarterback system. But, you know, we had a conversation with Savage's Captain Mario and talked about some things, knowing that he needed a quarterback. So we were like, who is he willing to give up to get Julian? So Fondu's name came up. So we strongly considered our options and weighed our options for a great amount of time, and then we decided to eventually go ahead and make that move. But now with our offense, it's like with Willie now is very beneficial and very versatile because he's more of a scrambling quarterback and he can get out of the pocket and dodge, you know what I'm saying, flag pulls a lot better. Not to say that Julian can't, because he can. He's very, very great at that as well. But we just felt like with Willie back there, it increases our chances for our receivers to get open and make plays. So that way, you know what I'm saying, Willie doesn't have to do all the hard work on his legs.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Willie's a great athlete. We've seen him lead a team to a premiere as a quarterback in seasons past. Definitely capable. I'm a big fan of Willie. Yeah. But we'll move on to the second matchup from last week. Key, Venom and Reapers. Venom's your old team.
No, it was Venom.
Venom Savages, I'm sorry. Venom's your old team. Appreciate the catch, but Venom's, they got a pretty much new face. You left them, man. What'd you think about your old squad, bro, last week? They came out with a close 6-0 victory. It was an offensive struggle.
The inexperience showed, like we were talking about with week 1 for them being rookies, and it definitely showed just the lack of awareness. Talented guys like we spoke upon, but you have to have some experience in the RFB to get a feel for it and have confidence, and even just like for us having a system and knowing what you're doing out here. Because if you don't know, sorry y'all, we outside, it's bugs. If you don't know, man, you have to adjust and tweak to the RFB rules and things like that. So it's not just football. So that's what we speak upon, like the inexperience. Talented guys play Division I football and things like that, but the inexperience really showed. Luckily, at the end for Venom, that they did, or they were able to squeak out a win for what, 6-0? 6-0. On Savage's part, man, Julian made a lot of good throws last week, but unfortunately, I think on film, man, Fondu watched it back. Savage probably had like 15 drops, man, if not more, and obviously that's what hurt them. You gotta make your plays, help the quarterback out. That's the name of the game. You gotta make your plays and do your job. So 6-0, moving on. Venom looked all right. Yeah. Just inexperienced.
Yeah, you can't really win any game dropping 15 passes. That's not a formula for success in any sport, any level of football, any type of football. You got to make plays when there's plays to be made. Venom's just a very young team, and they have a lot of talent. We've seen them. They got a lot of them have backgrounds in collegiate level. But Gat, can you talk about the adjustment you have to make as a rookie coming into this league? It's not traditional flag; it's contact flag. And a lot of guys had those big heads, and you made that transition as a rookie. You had a pretty good rookie year, but you come out with a bang in your sophomore campaign. Just talk about the adjustment you have to make as a rookie coming into this league.
Right, man. Like you said, like it's definitely a big adjustment you have to make and take into consideration, because you got to get guys that are coming out here, man. Yeah, I played college ball for UGA, for example, for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm this guy, I'm that guy. I'm like, it's not the same, man. This is RFB. You know what I'm saying? Although it is contact, it is still different, because you can't come out here and just wrap up somebody and tackle them. All you can do is, guard your flag, swipe their arm. That's pretty much it. But for me personally, man, it was. I'm not gonna say it was an easy transition. It was different. You know what I'm saying? I still had to, adjust to some things that I wasn't used to. But like you said, man, I feel like I adjusted pretty well, man. And like last year, as a rookie, you gotta also understand you can't come out here with a big head and think that, oh, I'm about to be this guy. I'm the best out here, because there's a lot of vets out here that can really make
a lot of talent, man.
Talent, just personally speaking, but really like the vets out here really know what they're doing. If you come out here as a rookie and think you finna just take over the show, it's gonna be real ugly for you, real fast. So you really just gotta come out here and just take it a game at a time, a play at a time, and just adjust and get to know these guys and the way they play, so that way you don't be out here looking foolish.
Right. That's well said. We'll move on to the third matchup from last week. Reapers and Roadrunners. Roadrunners came out on top. Reapers made a late push at the end, Key, but you can talk about it a little bit more. I mean, you were there. But just Roadrunners, like I said, we talked about last week on the pregame show how to kind of face Andre, but can you just talk about what happened? What do you think you guys need to fix going forward? Because you may see those guys again in the playoffs per se. So, but let me know what you think. Like, what happened?
A prime example of what Gat was just talking about is Ricky's getting used to the culture of the league and just how RFB works. Because I will say, not calling anybody individually, but there was a lot of guys coming in like, well, I can do this, I can do that, and with it being week 1, I was fine with letting them experience like, hey, if you feel as if that you can do this and play this position, go ahead. And kind of instead of going against the grain of maybe like a captain wish and stuff like that. Not to say that they're just bad players and bad people or anything, but it's a lot of guys who come in the league and feel like that they can do this and that and the third. And sometimes you got to kind of experience some things to say, well, maybe I need to be doing something else. And I kind of think that's what pretty much happened. Not to take anything away from Roadrunners, because DeAndre did what we said he was going to do from the week 1 predictions.
Right.
He got the arm. Their receivers have talent. They make plays. And it was just a slow start for us. And once we started picking up in the second half, it was just a prime example of just a little bit too late. But on a positive note, it was good to see us fight back and not give up. Just having our heads down. So it was a lot of things to work with coming into week 2 as we face a good team in Shinobi. But Roadrunners just made more plays, man, and they had that energy was here, and we was kind of like here.
Yeah, you definitely have to match that intensity in this game. Well said, though. We'll move on to the last game. That way we can get into these predictions for this week. I don't want to talk about the past too much. It's the past. You can't really do much about it. But we'll talk about the primetime game, Canes versus Goons. I can speak on it a little bit. We came out 25-0 at halftime. I think we surprised ourselves, honestly. I'm not going to lie. We didn't score more than 13 points in preseason. And then we came out and dropped 38 on these guys. Well, 37, I'm sorry, on these guys. And our defense played good, but I wasn't expecting that from our offense, I'm not going to lie. But just talk about what you saw from the game. I mean, I know it was a big matchup of the week, but what did you think? Were you expecting it
on paper, man? Like, I really didn't expect it to be like that at halftime. I was reffing that game, and I was completely like surprised by everything that was going on. And I'm like, Canes, what's going on? Like, this is not the Canes that everybody thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? So being out there, it's like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Are they here to play, or you know what I'm saying? They're just out here just to look good. And then, like you said, it was. I really feel like it was just an energy thing, man. Like, Goons came out striking, man, and they just took the soul away from Canes and just had them looking lost. But they did try to make a little quick adjustment after halftime and try to make a push. Unfortunately, it didn't pull out in their favor. But second half, I feel like if it was more time or something, if 1 or 2 plays could have went a little different in the first half, they probably could have made it a better game than what it really looked on the scoreboard.
The only rebuttal I have towards that is I think Goons kind of let up. Dunk, you had a very strong performance with three very big sacks at that. But I do think that, well, because you guys put Mark at corner, so not, and again, this, because getting that experience and trying to find a rhythm of things that works for you, not to take away from that. Canes didn't do that in the second half just like we did. But, you know, like I said, Mark got at quarterback and you know, Goons kind of switched it up and played around a little bit. But overall, very, very dominant performance from Goons squad. And again, like we were talking about from the week 1 show, what's expected out of Mark coming out the gate, you know, with a slow start, and then he picks up later on in the season. Very, very strong performance coming out the gate, so I look forward to seeing him week 2.
Yeah, man, so we got the word from the commissioner this week. We've always had the power rankings, which is kind of biased because Mark does it and everybody feels the type of way about Mark's opinion, but that's another story. However, Fondu dropped the official way to rank teams. It's going to be record, head-to-head, total point score, and point differential. So in the first edition of the rankings, they are as follows. Goons number 1, Roadrunners number 2, Shinobi number 3, Venom 4, Canes 5, Reapers 6, Headhunters 7, and Savages 8. What do you guys think? I mean, versus the power rankings that Mark put out, what do you think? You think that's pretty accurate as far as
I was about to say,
played?
I feel like that's pretty much head on right there, man. Like, of course, some people are not going to agree, but as the famous Mark say, if you don't like it, don't at me, at your teammates. You know, and I got to take that right there because I agree with it.
It's pretty fair. It's pretty solid. Based on all the performances, because I watched every game. Other than the one I was a part of, it's pretty fair on the analysis, everything.
Yeah, and I like the new system. I mean, granted, that's what we're going to do, the playoff system anyway. So it's a good way to keep track of it during the year. Because usually we didn't really have this ranking. We had the power ranking, but we didn't end up getting this ranking until the end of the year when it was time to figure out who's doing what, who's going home or doing whatever. So we'll move on to this week's matchup, the predictions, the time we've been waiting on. First game, Canes versus Savages. I'll let Gat, you the guest. We'll let you go first. What is your prediction on this Canes versus Savages game?
Man, Canes and Savages. Based off of what I seen last week, Canes really have something to prove because they know last week was not the team who they really are. Savages, of course, you know they trying to bounce back after the 6-0 that they got, the L that they took last week. But if I had to pick, I'm gonna go with Canes this week on that game, man. I'm gonna pick Canes.
Okay. What you got, Keith, for that one?
Canes.
Big, little?
Big.
All right. Say less. Say less. Game number 2 is y'all two teams facing against each other. I'll kick this one off. Shinobi versus Reapers. 2 talented teams. I like the matchup coming. I think it's gonna be a pretty even matchup. I think guys they can go tit for tat as far as athletes on each side. We'll see as far as health and attendance, who's gonna be here and who's not. But I don't know, man. It's gonna be a close game. I like Shinobi though, man. I think it's gonna be a defensive struggle. I think it's gonna come down to turnovers. Who's gonna make the least amount of turnovers? We've seen Willie turn the ball over last week a little bit, and but we'll see if he can run the ball, or we'll see if Shinobi will be able. We'll see if Reapers will be able to slow him down. 2 mobile quarterbacks that can sling that thing and run it. I'm excited. 2 good secondaries. I know Gat gonna be back there licking his chops, ready to make some plays, man. I ain't gonna make y'all prediction on that. I'll let y'all say that for the field. So we'll move on to the third game. Goons versus Headhunters. Goons, we had a big win last week. Headhunters. Key, what's your prediction for this game, man? The spread, give me my spread, 18 points.
Yo, what is the spread? 18.
Spread 18 points.
I picked Goons to cover the spread.
Cover the spread?
Yeah.
Why? Give me one reason why.
I know for my personal reason, not to cut you off.
We'll get to you. Don't laugh, bro. What's up?
The momentum of the Goons going in, the confidence of Mark, especially again starting off this early in the season. Headhunters defense isn't as bad as their offense and I guess like the perception of the team, because they actually do have playmakers on defense. It's just hard for them to move the ball with their quarterback situation, man. And in this league, you have to have a quarterback to make plays. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So just with the way that Goons played week 1 and the lack of quarterback play on Headhunter side, I can see that Goons covering the spread.
So, Gat, give me your prediction on the spread, and then give me one person to watch for.
I agree with the spread, 18 definitely. I'm gonna pick Goons. Like he said, the confidence of Mike coming into this game, and then you have like Headhunters they don't really have the identity yet, man. Like the quarterback situation right now, that's one thing, but
I think they're doing a QB change. Actually.
Yeah, I believe I've heard through this week that they may be doing a quarterback change, but I just feel like once they have their identity, man, they'll be better. 'Cause like you said, they got the playmakers. You know what I'm saying? They have those. They just don't have their identity yet. So you can have that plus the playmakers that they already have. They'll be set, man. They'll be set. So I'm definitely picking Goons with this game.
All right, man. That's a no-brainer for me, honestly. Y'all know where I'm going. Last primetime matchup, let's move into it. Roadrunners versus Venom. This is a very intriguing matchup for me, honestly. Venom has the athletes. The spread is 8 points, I think. My prediction, I'll give mine first. I think Roadrunners will cover, but I think it'll be closer than we think. I think it'll be more point score. I think we saw Venoms last week make plays and get deep bombs down the field. Eddie, he got a good arm downfield, but he's like Matt Ryan in the red zone. I said that on the group meet. He don't know what to do in the red zone. He throws picks. I think they had like 3 or 4 interceptions in the red zone last week against Savages, and they only ended up scoring 6 points. But like I said, I think it'll be a higher scoring game. Roadrunners has a pretty decent offense as far as scoring points, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, what you think?
I mean, I agree with what you're saying, man. This game right here on paper, man, is better than what people think, man. This is definitely going to be a primetime matchup because I feel like out of all the games that we have, you know what I'm saying, this might be the one game that's really not more one-sided to any certain team. So it's definitely going to be a shootout in this game. At this point, I feel like whoever makes the first big play, that's where the momentum is going to come right there. And at that point, it's going to be flipped. But if I had to pick, I'm going to go with Venoms on this game. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they the underdog in this game, but I'm going to pick them up on this one.
Okay.
I'm taking Roadrunners, but I will say that is a good point. The more I've seen Eddie Prince, the quarterback for Venom play, he is getting more comfortable. You know, with the RFB system and stuff like that. It's just a matter of his receivers can step up and make plays for him, and I think it might be a closer game than what we may think.
Okay. Well, this is the only matchup with teams with winning records after 1 week, so it's only fitting that it's prime time. It just happened to work out that way sometimes. So we got lucky. You guys stay tuned. We appreciate y'all joining us. Shout out to Gat for coming through. Defensive Player of the Year, dark horse right now, early on. But you know what it is. I'm Aaron Duncan, signing off from my partner, Key Watson. Adjustment it took for you initially then, and looking back now, how is it for you?
Yo,
It's not recording.
the microphone ain't it.
It's picking us up. It's picking us up. It just ain't gonna be clear.
Oh, God.
We can plug it in now if you want to, but it ain't gonna be clear.
Oh, God.
B. Davis,
Yeah.
my man.
I found out the hard way.
I understand the restroom. No?
What?
Huh?
The restroom?
It's down
It's
there.
down there in the concession stand.
Is where?
You go in the concession stand.
And that big old hole right up under
It's
there.
it's like literally right under where we standing.
Fix your collar, man. At least for the last part of the last chunk.
That bacon collar. Give me Michael Jordan tee. Them Hanes tees. All right, don't.